In just a few minutes, I'm going to illuminate the difference between the Wealth Expedition and other financial firms and even financial advisors. Here's the thing. There's a little bit of a gap in the financial world when it comes to access. I believe in the power of great financial advisors. I've been one myself, but I also believe that you shouldn't have to wait until you're wealthy to get a strong sense of clarity, strategy, and direction. Now, that's why I created the Wealth Expedition. The Wealth Expedition is here for people who want to grow wealth, but maybe they don't yet meet the minimums that many advisors require. Or they already have an advisor, but want to be more informed and knowledgeable when collaborating to make decisions. The fact is, young people especially may be limited in their options of advisors they can work with because most financial advisors are looking for hundreds of thousands of dollars to add to their assets under management before they'll consider an ongoing advising relationship with someone. It might also be the case that their options are limited to advisors who may be just starting out, particularly may not have a lot of experience or credentials behind their name, and I want to change that. The other thing is that not all investment advisors are equal in knowledge, skill, and experience. I worked in the industry a long time and met a lot of advisors along the way. And as with any industry, there are some that are much better than others. But to those who are not familiar with this industry, the good ones can be extremely difficult to differentiate from, let's say, the less good ones. But when you commit a large portion of your money over to a financial advisor, you're sort of going all in with the trust that they're going to be a net benefit to you overall. And whether that assumption is correct or not can dramatically shape how your future actually turns out. With that in mind, the Wealth Expedition is here for those in their early or mid-career, but also here for those of you who may already have an advisor. Maybe you've already built the assets, but want to dive deeper into investing and personal finance. You can be a well-informed investor, not simply depending on what your advisor says and hoping that he or she is right about everything, but knowing how to think through, analyze, and consider what options are being presented to you. Who knows? Maybe you'll even know more than your advisor by the end, but I believe two heads are usually better than one when it comes to such complex topics as investing and finance. No matter who you are, the knowledge you will gain here will empower you to invest and build wealth with more intentionality. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely believe very, very strongly in the importance of having a personal financial advisor because I believe that on the whole, most relationships will result in a net benefit to the client. Unless, of course, in a rare circumstance, some very poor decisions are made that should never have been made due to either lack of knowledge or a conflict of interest on the advisor's part. But I believe statistically, people have a far better chance at achieving their goals and making more money over the long run with a financial advisor than without one. That said, I've been a financial advisor in the past and am likely to take on the role of an advisor again for a select few individuals in the near future. But advising is not the main business of the Wealth Expedition. Instead, I want to give young people, and really anyone of any age, the knowledge and the tools that can be used to really customize your investment strategy to give you the greatest likelihood of achieving your goals throughout life. Most advisors talk about long-term investing, which is extremely important to everyone, including the advisor. But I also talk about short and intermediate term investing, which can be a bit different in their various approaches. I don't manage anyone's money. The reason for this is that I personally also want to live a flexible lifestyle like anyone else and like I teach. I don't want to be tied to my desk for every trading day and trading hour or manage others who do the same thing. Even though I could do that, it's not for me at this stage in my life. So I actually have an incentive to share my investment knowledge with you. It's unique among financial professionals because the fastest and easiest way to make a dollar is to do things the traditional way, to keep investors largely reliant on the advisor to give them proverbial fish, perhaps rather than actually teaching them to fish. I think along a broader scope of wealth that includes more than just money, but also an entire lifestyle. And because that's my personal focus, we now create this unique relationship where I share the insights about wealth building and investing, and you benefit from improving your investment skills and overall ability to build your ideal lifestyle. So here's exactly what the Wealth Expedition does. First, the free newsletter. This offers building blocks of wealth building in bite-sized pieces every week, giving you a word or phrase of the week, which I call the financial tool. It gives you a thought of the week regarding the wealth mindset or a perspective on current events called Paradigm Shift, and an update on all the previous week's main events that affect the economy. Second, the YouTube channel. This offers you another place to learn while you're maybe in your car, on a walk, you could be working around the house, or maybe just relaxing and watching the video. Third, the courses. The main 2 courses focus on leading you step by step from the foundation of budgeting and debt payoff to the final steps of investing and even using those investments to buy back valuable time in your life that you can use for more productive purposes like starting your own business. There is a very logical progression of steps that anyone can take, no matter their age or where they're starting from, and these 2 courses show the specifics and offer a number of tools that can help foster that progress along the way. Fourth, the membership. The monthly membership is for those who want to take a deeper dive beyond the free material in the newsletter and YouTube channel and receive ongoing education that serves as a guide to know how to navigate markets based on whether they're investing for the short, intermediate, or long term. I will also be continuing to build up a library of exclusive videos and articles which dive into specific trading methodologies and other strategies that can be very useful to know and make you overall a very well-informed investor. Fifth, one-on-one financial planning. I don't yet offer this, but it's coming in the future. I'm planning to open this up for a few individuals in the very near future. This will be different than most financial advisors because I don't actually manage your money. Instead, I'll create a customized plan around your personal situation and guide you through how to implement it. This can also include tailored investment advice, which would then be up to the client to execute in his or her own portfolio. The great thing about this method is that it doesn't matter how much or how little you have in investments. You're not committing your life savings over to a firm to manage it. You're simply paying for the specific thing you want, whether it's a comprehensive financial plan or investment advice or both. And then you can take the results and implement them in your own life. And of course, you're welcome to re-engage me in the future for further planning if you choose to do so. But you're not locked into a contract beyond simply the planning or advice that you're paying for in the moment. It is important to note that this one-on-one advising is the only financial advice that I actually provide, whereas the other services of the Wealth Expedition are simply education to help teach the concepts that each individual can choose to implement in their own way. So that's it. Newsletter, YouTube channel, courses, membership, one-on-one financial planning. And in all of this, it's my goal to really drive home the importance of building wealth both materially and immaterially, creating a lifestyle that truly is fulfilling, sustainable, and balanced. And I believe it's in everyone's power to do exactly that. So I'm incredibly excited to engage with all of you in one way or many in the days ahead. And I wish you all the absolute best for what's to come, having full confidence that great things are ahead for all of you here who are embarking on your own personal journey and wealth expedition. Take care, everyone. I'll see you again soon.